Stop allowing overgrown men to play in your face and have you thinking that they busy and they need time.
50% of men are not interested in dating or long-term relationship and are focusing on personal goals.
I don't need to have a wife. I definitely want one. I'd rather be single for the rest of my life because that sounds so much better.
Some men try to sell women on a dream. So it's like, oh yeah, like I do want to be with you, but now's not the right time. And then there never is a right time, right?
Men have been able to skate by. They have been able to put women through hell without any pushback.
Problem with chasing love when you're young is it's going to leave you unfocused and broke and heartbroken.
He doesn't want to date right now because he's trying to accomplish his goals. Do you believe him? Based on my research, I'm going to say I don't believe him because, yes, I do think some men can go toward their goals and whatever, and they really do need to be locked in. But also, if their dream girl popped up, do you really think that they would let her go just because timing was off? Or do you think that he would do everything he possibly could to keep her? I would like to know your opinion on this because also some men try to sell women on a dream. So it's like, oh yeah, like I do want to be with you, but now's not the right time. And then there never is a right time, right? But then in the back of her head, she's like, oh, well, he said maybe not now, but maybe in the future. That's manipulative. I'm sorry, but that it's giving manipulation. It's giving gaslighting. It's giving all of the things. Now, in some unique circumstances, do I think that this could possibly work out? Sure. And if it has for you, more power to you. Love that for you. But do I think that a majority of people that this works out for them, if they just kind of let you slip out of their fingers? Probably not.
You see, what's happening on a dating market is mass confusion. And it's mass confusion only for one gender, females, women, right? The reason why is men they grow up knowing, either from their father, they're taught that you focus on your career first and then focus on females, or they're taught by other men. It could be through the manosphere. It could be through an older guy in the community. It can be a guy in a barbershop who just wants to reach out. See, this has been a long-standing thing that hasn't been talked about because men have a natural, how can I say, we naturally cling to teaching others, right? We want to plant seeds, even if that's not our seed. So this has been a long-standing thing, but ladies don't realize that. Why? Because they're toxic to each other, and that's the problem. But let's continue.
As a young man, you should stay focused on your education and your finances, not chasing love. Love will be there when you are ready. Problem with chasing love when you're young is it's going to leave you unfocused and broke and heartbroken. Focus on your goals and where you're trying to go. Catch the love thing later.
Yeah, and you see this from OG, right? He's giving information that guys are taking in, and ladies don't understand it. From this little 17-second video, do you know how many men watched this and said, yeah, I need to do that? I finally need to start focusing on myself because I've been chasing love my whole life. This lady slipped her mind. She doesn't focus on everything and says, okay, I won't look at everything on the internet. I'm only focused on what females I want to hear her say. It's problems.
If that man wanted you, he will not be procrastinating with you. He will not be playing with you. Stop allowing overgrown men to play in your face and have you thinking that they busy and they need time. They in their 40s, they in their late 30s, they in their 50s, they in their 60s. How much time do they need? Real man is going to be direct. He's going to tell you what he's not looking for. He's going to tell you what he's not ready for. He's going to tell you what he's not interested in. Now, somebody that wants to play in your face, play on your top, and just have you lingering around is going to tell you they're trying to figure things out. Their life is chaotic right now. They're busy right now. They're so focused on other things right now. Very indirect. So if you stay, you stay. They're still going to give you play. They're going to talk to you on the phone. They still going to giggle and laugh and joke with you. But then when you get real, they're going to put everything off on their schedule. They have not made time to make you a priority because they don't desire you like that. And if a man can't lead you mentally, how can a man lead you spiritually, physically, and emotionally? And what I mean by that is if a man cannot lead you mentally by letting you know, hey, look, I am not ready to date right now. When I'm ready to date, if you're still available, I will pursue you. Anybody that want to give you a handful of excuses just gave you a handful of lies.
See there? You have it here, right here, while men are done with modern women. Let me explain. No patience, right? I got to give you guys a synopsis of me in my life. If anyone's had a consultation with me, I show people my life in my consultation. What happened was around 2000, I say 22. I started my Moral Life YouTube channel. That has turned into a decent source of income for me. So let me explain. I'm saying this for a reason. How old was I in 2022? I'm about to cook it right here. How old was I in 2022? Think about it. Let's do some subtraction here. Basic math. I'm 44 now, right? I'm gonna turn 45 this year. It's 2026. So if you go back to 2022, I was 41. So you heard what she said. A man in his 30s, 40s, men are always planning to progress. I don't know if she realizes a lot of people that start the biggest Fortune 500 companies in this world, sometimes they do it in their 40s. It's never over. And yes, I'm telling this because I need to tell men out there, it's never over, right? Like before I did freelancing, I'm going to get back into it. Why? Well, I'm already back into it, but I'm going to get back into it heavy because now what I do is I already incorporate, I added in using others to work for me, but also I'm going to use AI to do certain things for me and have others do the work for me. So if I don't do that, I'm doing what? Leaving money on the table. This is why men are searching outwards nowadays. This lady is probably around my age or a little bit younger, 30 something years old. No patience, no understanding, right? And because I have consultations all the time. Hey, I got to say this to guys out there. If you want to learn how to make money online or anything else to go further in your life, reach out to me for a consultation. They're like $100 and under, right? You can get some help. But ladies like this wouldn't understand that. And that's why men are searching outward now. Take a look at this video. Take a look at this.
Thinking, why is that? And I saw this video. Roll the tape.
Look what it says. About 50% of men are not interested in dating or a long-term relationship and are focused on focusing on personal goals. About 50% of men. Let's listen.
So what do Peruvian girls want from men?
Have fun. And I want something serious with you. Like that, get happy.
You think they like that?
Yes,
Okay.
I think that.
So they should come to Lima to look for a girlfriend and they have fun.
People like me like go to clubs.
You like to go to the movies?
Yeah. Sometimes parties.
I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let it play after this. But you see what this video is showing? This is a female with patience, right? And the guy interviewing her is Austin Holliman. I'm an expat. I've been doing this for 11 years, right? So what I do now with More to Life is reach back out to let people know, hey, this is the way. And Austin Holliman is on the younger side, and now he's living that life. I say we've came a long way, right? I got my game from the barbershops. and from the old school dudes in their 60s. So we're here now.
Okay.
Nice parties and drink a little of alcohol, a little what else? That's all, I guess.
I guess I gotta go to Peru because you see how delightful, how happy, how peaceful she seemed. She didn't say about no money. Everything she said was so simple. And then it made me think about this post. Men who feel supported by their girl are 3 times as likely to succeed in business. Support is everything to men. This is so true. Supporting your man, supporting your boyfriend, supporting the man in your life is so important to us. Through our ideas, helping us in any way to obtain our goals, become successful, means the world to us. You know, a lot of women don't want to build a man up or be there with a man while he's building himself up because of fear of him getting successful then leaving her. And it's a risk. Most men don't just quit on their family just to quit on them. Most men just don't get up, walk away, and leave. You support that man from day one, you better believe if you act right, he's going to be there for you for a lifetime. But I don't think they want to have that conversation. Into the original post that I started with. About 50% of men are not interested in dating or long-term relationship and are focusing on personal goals. Specifically in America, everything is about money. And I think we as men have compared enough notes to realize that, you know, you can't survive without money here. Like, unless you literally want to live off the grid or in the streets or be homeless or something like that. Comfortable life, I think they said like on average, the average main cities, you need like $90,000 just to like be on the base level of comfortability. You ain't getting that at no entry position at no job. So you have to focus, you have to lock in, you have to gain certifications, these job experience to get that level of income. Because most jobs gonna start you at like 40,000 maybe on with no certifications, no degrees. So us, especially as black men and other men too, we're really not loved until we got some money. We're not provide something financially, and that's not even real love.
And it's sad, you know. And it's been like that for the longest time. I'm here for a reason, right? I came here for a reason. And the reason why I came here was because of this. And of course, I could have found love in the US. It's not about love, it's about having the same interests as a female, right? Because a lot of them say, I'm going to show this a video after this where some lady said, oh, you don't have to have everything in common. Yes, you do. You do have to have everything in common. Because if you don't have everything in common, you're going to bump heads. Men don't want to get with somebody who challenges them and they're bumping heads with. That's not what we're looking to do. I got to show you guys these comments because the comments tell it all. And the comments is exactly why I started this channel. Look what the guy said. Let me go ahead. This is in response to Nate King's video. Shout out to Nate King. Let me go ahead and get my passport. It's time. That's why I started my life. I don't give damn. Convicted felon. I'm getting a passport. Right? Facts. Help me help you. Exactly. When a lady has that energy, I want to help you. Right? That's why I go, like, as I'm making this video, I went in the next room and kissed my wife in the mouth like 3-4 times. Why did I do that? I'm happy. When you have someone on your side, happiness. That's why men are going across these waters. There's a reason, ladies. It's not all about bashing you, but it's gotten there. But take a look at what this man said. This next man, he's what? 30s. Listen to what he says.
Being single.
Come on,
Hey,
that's not going to happen.
I would rather die as a single man, having never gotten laid before, than wife up a lady who's absolutely contentious, who makes me want to sit in the corner of my roof, who makes me want to run out into the desert and die there.
Proverbs 21:19.
I would rather be single for the rest of my life because that sounds so much better.
I think this is becoming more of a man's view in this day and time. My
Agreed.
son is 18, and I was like, you don't want to have a girlfriend? He's like, I don't don't want to invest time and money and everything in a girl that I don't want to marry that's been with all my friends.
I don't think people realize this is going to become extremely common, where men, like generally speaking, in their nature, don't really need other people with them. I mean, I can go to church. I have my boys at church. Like, that's my community. I don't need to have a wife. I definitely want one, but I don't need it. Whereas women in general, psychologically, sociologically, they need that partner. And when we find women who are single in their 50s and 60s, they're crushed.
So this is happening now. This man is 30. He's a virgin. No interest in dating. Why? You understand what he sees out there. There's so many men like this. And I see you guys. You guys may be searching, what do I need to do to get a girl? What you need to do is grind. Seriously. If you're a man out there working a dead-end job, work that job, get your money, see if you can get overtime or get another job. But before you get another job, find something that will put you in a position to where you can possibly leave that job. Seriously. Because that's what I did. Before I crossed these waters, I found something where I was secure. I'm so happy because I was already doing my thing while I was in the West. She told me about a site I can go to, my wife, and I went to that site, and that led me to come into the Philippines. If I did it, you can do it too.
Are single focused. What does this mean? They can only do one thing at a time. They can only focus on and think about one thing at a time. I saw this hilarious video of all these guys being called into a room one by one, and they were told it was to cut this construction paper. It was a green construction paper, and it had the cutout or the shape of a Christmas tree. And it said, cut this tree, and while you're cutting it, I'm going to just talk to you. And he's like, all right. And the lady goes, so they start cutting, and she goes, oh, so tell me about the first time, like, what did you think about when we first met? And the guys would be like, so they cut. All of them. None of them could think and could cut, think, and talk at the same time. None of them. It was the most hilarious thing. I never believed it, but it's true. Why is this important to you? One, when a man is working, he's working. Let him work. If he's not thinking about you, don't take it personal. You want a man working, okay? He's at his best when he's on his purpose and it's producing some kind of result. Two, if you approach a man, so when you're in communication with him, if your energy is guarded, if it's doubtful, if it's analyzing, if it's scared, if you're anxious, if you're nervous with a guy, because a lot of women, listen, for most of my clients and for me, when we like a guy, we get nervous. We act a little cuckoo. Not on purpose, but we just get because we want it so bad, we get anxious, okay? And that anxiety is felt by men. Well, when a man is into you, but he will subconsciously feel your energy, a man can't do two things at once. He can't protect you and protect himself at the same time. Why am I talking about protection? Because when a man feels your threats, unstable, scared, low-key energy, right? It makes him feel that way. He won't know why, but he'll be like, something's off. I don't know why. And when a guy goes into a stress response, he cannot do anything else other than protect himself. So rather than be into you, protect you, think about you, his system is, what's going on? Is it her? I'm confused. He's in self-protection. And most men, most masculine, emotionally available men, secure guys, they're all about the woman. They're very conscious. They're very kind. They're loving. They're supportive. They're just great with women. But even a smart, secure, emotionally available man that wants a relationship, if he feels on guard, he can't protect himself and protect you at the same time. Single focus. Remember, one thing at a time. And so because the human brain is selfish, it will always protect himself. So a lot of women wonder why a guy isn't kind and sweet and soft and gentle with her. Why? Because you're in such a threat response. He has to put himself in a threat response, and he has to protect himself instead of protect you. He wants to protect you. You need to let go in order for him to protect you. And most guys can't because of the single focus, and because when you're under threat, the brain is very selfish. It is only thinking about you, especially if you, female, are the threat. He's like, I'm in war. Like, I'm a warrior. I got to fight you, you know? And so you have to remember, one, men are single focused. They can only focus on one thing. If he's doing something, don't take it personal. Don't try to analyze it. Oh, it's because of his mom. No, he's just busy. Because if a man wants to, when he's thinking about you, if he wants to contact you, he will, right? Because single focus. And if your energy with him is very defensive, guarded, because you've been hurt, because you're nervous, because you're trying to figure him out, you're in your head. It puts him in his head. And when a man's in his head, he can't be in his heart. He can't fall in love. He will, when he's in his head, he'll be in like low-key stress response, protecting himself, not protecting you, not thinking about loving you. So this is a cheat code. I don't think a lot of people talk about. Alison Armstrong has a really great book about it. I think, does she talk about single focus? Yeah, the Queen's Code. Read it. It's really, really good. I hope this helped.
You know what she just broke down? Think about what she said, and think about what the last guy said. I'm 30 years old, and I'm single, and I'm a virgin, and I would rather die single. Put those two together, what she just said and what he said, and think what's happening. Think what's happening in the date market nowadays, right? Where ladies are, I need this, I need that. Men are hearing this. Understand what's happening, ladies. Men are going, they're putting their guards up and protecting themselves. That's what the man explained just now. This is what's happening. You have to pay attention to everything going on around you. Understand what men are saying to you, right? Then you look at a video like this and match it together. See, what you have to understand is, she said a lot of men are single focused, but a lot of men are not logical thinkers, right? We do things like that. We'll look at one thing and say, okay, why is this happening? And then we'll look at this and say, that's why it's happening. And then we'll go back and look at this, and then we'll look at that. Then we start putting the puzzle together, because men are builders. Let me cook, right? So what happens is, you ladies are so social that when we make sense, when we say things, you may not understand it, because we've taken the time and did our research. A lot of people watch social media. A lot of people are surface watchers, right? They're surface watchers. Me, I've always been a guy that examines everything. So I've always, even like, say for instance, with YouTube, right? I've been doing YouTube so long, when I watch someone else's channel, I watch all of their content. I even watch things that they don't know I watched. And right? But the reason why I do that is so you can have every piece of ammunition you need. That's why I made the video I did when a guy said I led him astray. And the video I made behind that was, I didn't lead you astray. You just didn't watch. You didn't put on your man book backpack and do your research like men do.
Real talk alert.
Can men change? In my opinion, yes, they can change, but only for the right person. So many women spend forever in a relationship wondering when their man will change. Honey, they're only gonna change if you're the one to them. And that's because they would do anything to keep you. Sometimes they say they're gonna change, but then of course that doesn't stick out. What I've noticed is if your man is truly, truly in love with you, he's gonna do anything he can to keep you. To get real with you guys, me and my boyfriend have been dating for 6 years, and at year 3, we were just going through a rough patch. It was during quarantine, so we were just in close quarters, and I have just like very high standards, and I felt like he wasn't meeting those standards. One day I almost even walked away from our relationship because I told him that I needed change or else I couldn't stay in the relationship. Well, guess what? He completely changed those standards that I wasn't satisfied with, and it's been 3 years since, and he has maintained that change. Not only is he just genuinely a great guy, but I know that he is my soulmate and that he has so much love for me because he was willing to completely change and maintain that change, which is the hardest part for men. For some reason, men like to randomly like trick you into changing just so that you can stay, and then they just like reverse and go back to how they were. A truly changed man is a man that actually maintains that change for you. If your man hasn't been changing for you just by casually asking, here's what you can do. You can fully walk away from him because that will show him what it's like to lose you. If he truly wants you and cares about you, he's going to come after you and he's going to make sure he's damn well changed. And if he's not, then you know that that man is not the soulmate for you. My short answer is yes, men can change if they want to. Finishing up the makeup, and this is the makeup look. Love you guys.
Yeah, you already know what it is. This is the problem. A lot of times they trying to change men who don't want to change, who don't have to change. And this is an issue. And we already know as men, we can't change it. That's why you have that 29-year-old man on what's the name of that guy's podcast? Right? On whatever podcast, saying what he said. Because of females like this.
There are far more men than there should be that view a different opinion as you challenging them. In reality, regular conversations have a lot of different opinions. It's just the natural flow of conversation. And I'm not talking about getting chastised or belittled. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I'm talking about regular conversations. And I'm talking about conversations that are based on opinions. For example, someone could say, I think Tom Brady is the best quarterback. I could say, I disagree. I think Drew Brees is the best quarterback. Other person might follow up and say, no, Tom Brady is the best because of X, Y, and Z. I could respond and say, well, no, I think Drew Brees is the best because of A, B, and C. There are men out there that would respond to this natural flow and progression of conversation with, you're being argumentative, you're challenging me. And these are very regular conversations. Some men that will hear this and reply, well, you must have said it a certain way. Your tone, you must have this. You're always trying to blame the women instead of focusing on the fact that there are some men who simply cannot fathom a woman disagreeing with them. There are some men that simply cannot fathom a woman having a different opinion that is 100% her own. I saw a woman post on Reddit that her and her husband were discussing when they should cut the grass because it had been raining, so it had obviously grown a lot. He said, I think I should cut it today. And she said, no, I think you should cut it tomorrow because it's supposed to rain again today. She said that man got upset because she challenged him. That is a red flag in my book, 100%. A different opinion or even a disagreement is not automatically an argument. I know that it's a gender issue for them because they can debate all day.
No. Because first she explained Drew Brees, which didn't make sense because men are not really talking to females about sports. If you disagree on something like that and a man, gets an attitude or childish, pick someone else, right? You're dealing with somebody who flies off the handles for no reason. But about cutting the grass, she was dead wrong. He had a right to be upset. See, you went from explain one thing and then you explain the other. You have to understand, those don't mix. You mix sports with cutting the grass. If anything, it's best to cut the grass now so that when it rains later, it grows better, right? Same thing like when you get a haircut. What happens is you didn't put that together correctly. So you're explaining that, and then females will watch you and then say, oh, yeah, she's right. No, she's not right. You explained something that was so minuscule to something like cutting the grass. A man sees it like, you need this work done. I'm trying to get it done now. That's how men are. You can't change that about men. Men will always argue till the sun comes down because he wants to do it now, especially since if he doesn't do it, then it's going to be a problem. That's most likely why he got upset.
I have to address these comments, like this one. To be honest, I have learned a lot in my comment section. I didn't know. I've never thought about the perspective of a man going to one of these events. Honestly,
I don't want to hear what she's going to say. I'm going to have her link in the description. If you want to watch the video, you can go get the link from my description. So I'm just going to read this. The same woman who twist up their face at you and try to make you feel less than if you approach them in public want dudes attending their events sooner see me at a Chinese New Year event. Yes, men would rather go to something they rarely understand than get criticized at a singles event. So, ladies, you keep going. You'll stay alone. What happens when ladies go there? You're all fighting over the guy. It's ridiculous. Let's move on because this is crazy.
To tolerate fuck. Historically, women have been raised to be doormats. It is quite normal for a woman to be a long-suffering wife or girlfriend. As a matter of fact, that is our default setting. That is the way we were raised. We were conditioned to tolerate bullshit. Because many of us have been led to believe that love comes with struggle, right? Struggle love has been normalized. We've seen our grandmothers go through it, mothers, aunts, sisters, cousins, most of the women in our society, we have seen them endure. We have seen people stand up and give speeches during their wedding where they talk about all the trials and tribulations the man has put them through. And here they are today in the presence of friends and family making a commitment. There is always some speech about struggle. That has conditioned a lot of women to think this is normal, but it's not. And for years, for decades, men have been able to skate by. They have been able to put women through hell without any pushback, without any consequences. The bare minimum has been normalized for men. So when you see men doing things like being kind, helping around the house, that is actually applauded. That's seen as something amazing and rare because...
Yeah, what you're explaining is ladies tolerating things for the men they want and not the men that truly wants them. You know, I saw a lady, her mother explained it to her. She said, "Oh, why can't I get the man that likes me that has money? The man that likes you that has money likes you for no reason." And that's who these ladies are dealing with. Keep dealing with what you're dealing with and blaming it all men has the date market where it is today. And what's going on is most men, they watch this video, you know what they're thinking? We just don't care. Just like I don't care.
Hold the line! Stay with me! Yes. What we do in life echoes in eternity.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.